Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of Unfiltered Perspective, because that's exactly what I'm going to give you, where I'm going to dive into the most pressing issues shaping our nation and the world. And this is Blacklogic. So let's dive right in. Our first story tonight, or rather today, takes us to the realm of media influence. Elon Musk. Are you guys familiar with the billionaire mogul, the richest man in the world, Elon Musk? He's the entrepreneur known for his ventures in space and electric vehicles, has recently sparked discussions about acquiring MSNBC. Now, before a lot of you guys jump to conclusions, let's set the record straight. MSNBC is not up for sale. Comcast, the parent company, has plans to spin off its NBC Universal cable networks into a separate entity, leading to speculation about potential acquisitions. However, as of now, there is no official move to sell MSNBC. But here's the kicker. Musk, ever the provocateur, responded to a tweet suggesting to buy MSNBC with a simple, "How much does it cost?" Maybe he's going to make the same investment deal, which a lot of people considered absolutely bad, and that's why Elon Musk tried to back out of it when he bought Twitter, also known as X. But nonetheless, when you're the richest man in the world, what's $44 billion? Now, whether this is just a just or a genuine inquiry remains to be seen, but it does raise an interesting question about the consolidation of media power and the narratives that shape our society. Now, let's move on to things that you may not be aware of, like Blue Sky. I don't know if anyone is familiar with Blue Sky. Blue Sky is kind of a spin-off of Twitter, or rivalry with Twitter, and it looks as though that their icon or their logo is that of a blue butterfly. Now, I don't have an account with Blue Sky, so that's why you're just seeing some front page news here or information that they're stating. This is something that I found. Brian Tyler Cohen stated that, wait, sorry, does Elon think that fentanyl is shipped here via legitimate channels and subject to tariffs? Does he think fentanyl is like soybeans? And Elon Musk stated price of fentanyl will rise sharply. And of course, we'll get about the trade deals with China and Canada as well when it comes to Trump. But nonetheless, if you guys are in the market for a spinoff of Twitter, also known as X, then Blue Sky is probably up your alley. It's kind of like YouTube and Rumble, as well as Instagram and Threads. I think that's kind of the gist of Blue Sky. I'm not familiar with the platform, but it may be something that you guys want to check out. Now, when it comes to trade and economics, former President Donald Trump, or President-elect Donald Trump, has announced plans to impose significant tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China as well, specifically a 25% tariff on all products from Mexico and Canada, and additionally 10% on Chinese goods. Now, what's the rationale? To combat illegal immigration and drug trafficking, particularly fentanyl. So this is important to the American people. So we'll see how this may move inflation or the inflating of produce and products that we receive from China. And I don't think we receive anything from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's one or two things. I'm not too sure. Now, let's break this down. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, the USMCA, is a trade pact that replaced NAFTA. Imposing such tariffs could violate this agreement and disrupt trade relations. Economists are already warning of potential economic downturns and increased inflation, as already stated. Now, in health news, the Biden administration has proposed expanding Medicare and Medicaid coverage to including weight loss drugs. And these weight loss drugs, would it be Wegovy and Zepbound or Ozempic? This move aims to make these millions of Americans struggling with obesity. Now, when I think about obesity, family, and don't quote me too harshly here, I have struggled with my weight on and off simply because of discipline. Now, this is me. I know there are some people with a lot of medical issues, a lot of medical problems that these drugs may or may not help. But I would like to believe, because we live in a certain society that social media is very influential with all the influence and people who are making nutrition plans, workouts, etc. So a lot of people are stating people who use these obesity drugs or weight loss drugs that wasn't essentially designed for weight loss, but has these remarkable results, that they are cutting the line or they're cheating, that it takes discipline and consistency to, one, do a certain thing so you can see the results inside your body. I'm no nutritionist, I'm no personal trainer, but I would like to say for Medicaid and Medicare to cover something that majority of the people, I would like to believe, can handle themselves, this may rise your medical insurance plans. Just a thought. But here's the twist. The congressional budget offer estimates that this could cost the federal government about $35 billion over the next decades. So that's something to look at as well. And with the incoming Trump administration, there's uncertainty about whether this proposal will see the light of day. Now let's take something from a different angle, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. This made headline news, of course. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vocal advocate for alternative health practices. As you see him here enjoying a good old McDonald's Big Mac or small burger, whatever the case may be. It's mostly bread nowadays, McDonald's. It's not like you're giving a bunch of burgers. But nonetheless, this sighting has raised eyebrows given his previous criticism of fast food and processed ingredients. Now, every now and again, I know some of the largest and hugest health moguls in the world. Every now and again, they love them a good cheeseburger and fries. And at that point, they really don't care where it's from. It's called their cheat meal. It's called their greedy meal, their cheat day, their hour. They just want a burger and fries, the good old American meal that has a lot of empty calories and a bunch of carbs. But nonetheless, we love it because we're American. And I love a good cheeseburger, ask my wife. It seems even the most ardent health advocates have their indulgences, but this incident highlights the complexities of health advocacy and personal choices. And finally, I know you guys are weary of the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah and Gaza and Palestine, all of these different parties involved in a great loss of life. So in international news, Israel is reported close to approving a 60-day ceasefire with Hezbollah, which is in Lebanon. This agreement would require Hezbollah to cease rocket attacks into northern Israel and withdraw from southern Lebanon, while Israel will halt bombings and pull out of troops. So we have to truly understand the gravity of that situation, because this potential ceasefire comes after months of intense conflict resulting in significant casualties and displacement. The proposed truce aims to bring much needed relief to the region, but the real question is, will it hold? That's the main question for most people. A lot of these peace agreements come and go at essentially any given time. So as we reflect on these stories, it's clear that the decisions made today will shape our future forever. Whether it be the media we consume, the trade policies we enforce, or the health initiatives we support, in conjunction with the international conflicts we engage in, each choice has far-reaching consequences. So thank you for joining me here today. You guys have a great and wonderful morning.